Hey, it's Doug with Backcountry Pilgrim, and today I want to talk about what I am giving up for Lent. These are my ashes. It is Ash Wednesday, and as is custom for Catholics, I chose some things to give up to replace with something better. And for this Lent, I'm focusing on three things, and I wanted to go over those three things because Catholic or not, I think they could be good for you as well. Now, right before I go into what I'm giving up, I want to go into why I am doing so. I owe a big debt of gratitude to another YouTuber, someone who does not really publish in the hiking space, but more in the exercise space. His name is Seth Capehart, and if you don't know who he is, hit pause, go down to the description of this video, and click on the link and subscribe to him. I would highly suggest it. It is largely because of one of his videos that I am doing what I'm doing now. In several of his videos, including the one that I linked to below, Seth has touched on a problem that I have found in myself, and that is addiction to comfort. People, including myself, are not doing what they should be doing to take care of themselves because it is uncomfortable. It's hard. And as we age especially, we have to start doing things that maybe we didn't used to do, or not do things that we used to be able to do if we want to live a fuller and happy life. He points out that comfort addiction is kind of the new drug. It's killing people. Decades of bad decisions based on maximizing comfort are adding up and creating habits in us that are not going to work out once we are on the other side of the aging spectrum. It's kind of like paying for things on a credit card. It's a lot more pleasant at first, but it comes back to bite you later, sometimes hard. The problem that I have struggled with over the last several years is that I still think and act like I'm in my 20s. Back when exercise was optional just to look better, now things are a bit different. At my age, I am not going downhill, I'm actually going uphill, and if I don't do something to continue going uphill, I will fall downhill. Loss of strength is responsible for a number of injuries and things you just don't even want to deal with. And so even if we are not the kind of people that worry about what we look like or lift weights so that we look great with our shirts off, we need to do it anyway. One of the things that Capehart pointed out is that modern healthcare sort of isn't. Modern medicine is very good at saving our lives, keeping us alive, but it's not good at making us healthy. And what that means is that while death may be a long way away, disability may not be. And this is due to that piling up of bad decisions which resulted in bad habits that weren't that big of a deal when we were younger, but are going to ruin what life we have left as we get older. Now, the temptation may be to say, well, I'd rather just be happy now while I can enjoy my life, and when I reach the end, I'll suffer the consequences on my own. But the fact of the matter is, you probably won't. Instead, you're probably going to become a liability to other people, especially the ones you love. At the very least, you are probably going to spend many years in pain, discomfort, and disability because you chose to live comfortably when you had a chance to do something about it. Capehart points out that the opposite of discipline is not freedom, but dependence. And if you decide to exercise your freedom now by continuing this comfort addiction, chances are you're going to be very miserable and make other people very miserable later in your life. And what I've come to realize is that suffering for me is no longer an option. I can either suffer through discomfort and give myself a longer, happier life, or I can enjoy comfort and suffer the consequences. But either way, there's going to be suffering involved in my life, and because I am no longer a child, I need to man up and do the suffering that I can control through discipline that will hopefully help me avoid the worst suffering and the suffering of others down the road. So to sum it all up in one sentence, I have finally found my why. Why be disciplined? Because it is going to bring me freedom later down the road when it is more important than freedom and comfort now. By choosing to suffer now, I am making a happier future for me and my loved ones than choosing comfort now and ruining what could be a good end of life. So for this Lent 2026, beginning today, Ash Wednesday, I am making 3 decisions that I hope will become habitual and help me get to that end of life in a much stronger, healthier way. And it all has to do with doing hard stuff. The three things focus on the three parts of a human being: the body, the mind, and the heart. As to the body, I'm going to get up early and get to it. I'm going to start exercising and stretching every morning. And by lifting the hard stuff, I'm going to hopefully be strengthening myself to not have a hard life later. For the mind, I'm going to be learning hard stuff. I'm reading scholarly and academic books and papers in my chosen field and bettering myself so that I can learn harder, think harder, and be a better teacher and better employee. And finally, I'm focusing on the heart. Focusing on the heart in this context means that I'm going to be living the hard stuff. I'm going to be learning more motivational and devotional materials and putting those things into practice. So, body, mind, heart, lift, learn, and live the hard stuff. Enough with comfort addiction. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, why don't you give it a like and subscribe to Backcountry Pilgrim if you are into hiking, camping, backpacking, and the gear and discipline that goes with it. Until next time,